Hello everyone, welcome back to Reclaiming Our Roots. This is Tanya and today's video is all about the blueberries. So today I'm going to fertilize my 2 blueberry bushes that I purchased from Home Depot last year. I made a big mistake last year. I did not fertilize them. I got so excited about having blueberry bushes in my yard, and I failed to fertilize them. So I will be fertilizing them today. And ideally you want to fertilize your blueberry bushes in the early spring. So that's what we're going to do today. So it's safe for me to assume that they lack fertilization. But as a rule of thumb, ideally you would want to do a soil test to assess the soil pH levels in your soil, and you can adjust accordingly. If it's too acidic, you may want to add, say, some lime to it to help bring it down. And if it's too alkaline, you probably want to incorporate some peat moss in it, because peat moss is high in acid. So, but that's ideally what you want to do. So before you feed your blueberry bushes, you want to make sure that you add the correct amount of acid for your blueberry bushes, and you want to use products that are specifically formulated for blueberry bushes, because blueberry bushes are high in acid. I have an organic soil acidifier, which is great for hydrangeas blue, and it also says safer for aluminum sulfate for blueberries and hydrangeas. So this is perfect. But we're going to do something different today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to err slightly on the side of caution with one of these pots. I'm going to do apple cider vinegar. I'm going to add some apple cider vinegar to 1 gallon of water. Okay, and I'm going to water it in this pot here. I'm not going to add the soil acidifier. I'm just going to use these two. And as you all know, apple cider vinegar has a 5% acidity. And I'm going to water it every 2 to 3 days with this and use that exclusively. Oh, with the exception of I'm going to add in some Epsom salt, because my research has shown me that Epsom salt it helps make the fruit more sweeter, supposedly. So that's part of the experiment. We'll see. So for this pot here, I'm going to add the soil acidifier, and I'm going to add some Epsom salt. I'm going to also add some more compost to both pots. As you can see at the top, I have removed last year's mulch at the top. I hope you all can see, because the sun is like really beaming today, and it feels absolutely gorgeous out here. So I'm going to add some more compost, add the amendments, and then I'm going to top it with mulch. So let's top it with mulch, the soil first, and add the amendments, and I'll be back in 2 and 2. Okay, I'm back, and as you can see at the top of this plant, I added some Epsom salt. Again, I just used my own judgment and just covered the surface of the compost. This is the old compost, by the way. I'm going to add some new compost and kind of mix it and incorporate it all in together. Okay, and I also added 4 tablespoons of the soil acidifier, but I want to show you all how you distribute the soil acidifier in your pot. You want to distribute it on the drip line. And let me show you where the drip line is. The drip line is the outer edge of the pot. You do not, I repeat, you do not want to add your soil acidifier here. It'll damage the plant. So you just want to go on the outskirt of the pot, of the plant. I hope you all can see, guys. Like I said, the sun is beaming out here today. So I just added it on the outside. And on the outside, it's called the drip line. Okay, and I added 5 tablespoons, because it said for every 4 inches diameter of the pot, and this is the 20-inch pot, you want to add a tablespoon. So I've added 5 tablespoons of the soil acidifier and Epsom salt. For container B, I added just the Epsom salt. Okay, so I'm going to top it with some compost, work it in, and then we'll top with mulch. Okay guys, I am back. Just to recap, we amended the pots, both pots, with compost, and I did add in some worm castings. I added a soil acidifier. I decided to add soil acidifier into both plants because we really want blueberries this year, and because I did not add fertilizer last year, I'm going to venture to say that it needs some acid in the soil. So, but like I said, ideally what you would want to do, you want to assess the soil level, the acid level of your soil prior to fertilizing, because you don't want to over fertilize, okay? But because I didn't fertilize last year, I'm adding soil acidifier. And I also added Epsom salt to both pots. Epsom salt is said to help make the fruit more sweeter. So we'll see this year if that be the case. And what else did I do? And that's it. So I'm going to top each pot with some mulch. And mulch is going to act as an insulator blanket. It's going to help retain moisture in both pots. And then I will water it in with a gallon of water. And I did add a capful of apple cider vinegar to the water, which is 5% acidic, and I don't think that's going to hurt in the big scheme of things. And these plants are all set, guys. Like I said early on in the video, you want to add your fertilizers and mend your blueberry bushes in the beginning of spring. And I won't add any more fertilizer to these bushes until the end of the growing season, before the pots, or before the weather changes and it gets really cold. So I'll bring you all back once I have topped it with mulch and give it a good watering, and that will conclude this video. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm back, guys, and before I show you the pots, I want to capture this little worm, and I'm going to put him in one of the blueberry pots. You're a gardener, you know the value of worms and their worm casting. So the soil would greatly benefit from its presence. So I want to pick him up and put him in the pot. Never let a worm go to waste. Okay, and he'll find his way down to the soil. Okay, so we're back, and I have amended. I've topped both pots with mulch, you can see. Okay, and that's it. And I'm going to water, give it a good watering. Again, this water has a capful of apple cider vinegar, which is also acidifier of blueberry bushes. Okay. And you can see, guys, it's already starting to bud. I'm watering on the perimeter because that's where I add fertilizer. You don't want to add your fertilizer directly. You do not want your fertilizer to come directly in contact with your roots. You want to water. You want to soil. So you want to add your soil acidifier to the drip line. This is the drip line here. Okay, what it's going to do, it's going to drip down, and the roots will be able to reach out and get all that good to help it grow good, delicious, sweet blueberries. And that's it for the season, guys, as far as the fertilizing. And I'll just continue with the weekly watering. And in no time, we should have blueberries. So I will bring you all along as the tree progresses. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Can you see? See that? Isn't that beautiful? Spring has sprung, guys. Alrighty. But that's it. That concludes my blueberry fertilizing, my blueberry bushes. So until the next video, happy growing. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, give us a subscription. Please subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up, comment, share, do all of the above. Until the next video, peace and blessings.